I do want to talk about Will Howard a little bit and what he has been able to do this year. You know, his numbers right now through these first 9 games, he's got 2,484 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's completing 73% of his passes. He has been lights out for Ohio State. And I think, as we can all agree, he has been an upgrade over Kyle McCord from what the Buckeyes had last year.
Without question. Without question.
Yeah. And so, we are getting towards the end of the year, and the Heisman conversation has started to heat up a little bit. What do you think the conversation should be around Will Howard in terms of the Heisman?
In terms of the Heisman, I think this is the way I see it. If Dylan Gabriel is going to be up there, then he should be up there too. Now, I'm not saying that he should be ahead of guys like Travis Hunter, or guys like Ashton Jeanty. I looked at the odds earlier. I'm not sure why Cam Ward's odds just dropped like that.
I can tell you why. Because Miami lost a game and they should have lost 3 others. And Cam Ward is either incredible or a turnover machine.
Well, maybe so. But without them, that's a 5-win team to me. I think Miami is in the same situation that Ohio State was in 2021, where you have a terrible defense, a really talented offense, and your quarterback is making you win games. I think that's exactly what's happening there. But when we talk about Will Howard, I guess you can't really call the Penn State game a Heisman moment because he had the pick 6 and the fumble.
Yeah.
But I do believe this is a chance, this Indiana game, for him to have a Heisman moment. Now, a lot of people are gonna. I think Ohio State's always in this type of situation like they are with Penn State, where I think that if we win this game, no one's gonna give Ohio State their fair credit for it because they're gonna see the name on the behind the number.
Sure.
But I think that if he goes up there, balls out. And when I say ball out, I need 300 out of Will. I need 4 total touchdowns. I need no fumbles, no interceptions.
Yep.
And he needs to hit around what he's been all season, around 70% or higher, which is actually insane. Like I think that I thought he could hit around 65 this year. A lot of people coming to the season that wanted to hate on Will Howard. They said, oh, well, he threw 60, 59% at Kansas State. But I'm like, okay, well, now he has Ohio State talent. He has Ryan Day coaching, Chip Kelly coaching. I didn't see how people could understand why he would play better. But never in my wildest dreams that I think that he would reach 70% completion percentage.
Yeah, well, and he's got Ohio State talent in terms of wide receivers. He's never played with a group of guys outside that will make his job as easy as it's been. And just to give you comparison, Howard's completing 73% of his passes. Last year, McCord, he completed 66% of his passes.
Exactly.
So,
Howard, and to bring up those passes you talked about, Kyle McCord isn't making those passes.
No.
And a lot of plays that would be sacks, Will Howard gets out of. That's huge.
Yeah, and I agree with the point that you made as far as the numbers that Howard needs to put up. I do think he needs to ball out in these last 3 games to be – and look, I'm not here to make an argument that Will Howard is going to win the Heisman. I don't think he should. Travis Hunter, I think, is the best player in college football. What he's doing on both sides of the ball is pretty crazy. And Ashton Jeanty, the numbers he's putting up as a running back, pretty insane as well. But – I do think Howard's got an argument to at least be invited to New York, to at least be a finalist, and really have, be another Ohio State Heisman finalist.
Yeah, and just to point this out, Curtis Warwick has better Heisman odds than Will Howard.
Yeah, that's insane. That's crazy.
I don't get it.
For Howard they're ludicrous. But again, I think it's because a lot of people in the national media, Ohio State's got a great running game. Judkins and Henderson are carrying the team. Oh, it's Jeremiah Smith who's putting up those numbers. When he's got 3 first-round wide receivers, it's not that hard to, put these kind of numbers up. But You also look, Kyle McCord had the number 4 overall pick last year he was throwing too, and he didn't put up these kind of numbers. So
No.
I think if Howard plays.
Emeka was hurt a lot last year. I will give him that.
Sure.
But still.
If Howard is able to play the way he's able, what he's shown so far, I see there's no reason why he can't go to New York.
Yeah. Because Heisman voting, they put their votes in.
It's before so it's
before conference championships.
A lot of the people do it before the conference championship game, but some of them wait until then. Which, quite frankly, if you're a Heisman voter, you should wait till the very last second. You should get all the possible data points you can get.
And thanks, Mark, for the comment. Love to see it, man. Love to see it.
Yeah. So, again, I'm not arguing Howard should be the winner of the Heisman. But
neither of us are.
But if he plays as well as as we think he can, I think he's got an opportunity to get, really get it to New York. So is there anything else you kind of wanted to wrap up in terms of this, Will Howard or IU or anything like that?
Yeah, I actually have a question for you.
Sure.
For us to win this game, who do you think has to be the most important player on defense and offense?
Defensively for Ohio State, I think it needs to start up front. So Tyleik Williams. Tyleik Williams is the best defensive lineman that Ohio State has. He's been the most consistent guy. And if he can get some pressure up front and make Rourke move about in the pocket, that throws him off kilter just enough where maybe he gets flustered in the loud environment that is the shoe. As we talked about, he's never played in an environment like this, a stadium as big as this, stadium as loud as this. So if Ohio State can get pressure up front and really push the pocket on him, I think it's going to make things harder for him. And also, if Tyleik can get some pressure up front in the running game, I think that helps a lot, because if Ohio State stops the run and makes IU a one-dimensional team, that is going to make things a lot harder on their part in order to win. Because then Ohio State, they can start getting, and they have started in recent weeks, getting a little bit more exotic with their blitzes. Seems like we lost Garrison here for a second. But to continue my point, Ohio State has started bringing in Sonny Styles on some blitzes, started bringing in Cody Simon on the edge a few times. So if they continue to bring these guys on the outside with that push from the front four, I think IU is going to have a heck of a time moving the ball with consistency and being able to score points when they have, when they're a one-dimensional football team. So that's kind of my take on who I think needs to play best on the defensive side of the ball. And, if Tyleik Williams has as good of a game as we think, Garrison's back.
I was picking the banner. My fingers. I have a Mac, and they swooped up the whole thing.
Me too.
Okay. Yeah,
all good. But as I was finishing up, just saying, I think
what are you saying?
He needs to be the guy that really kind of shows up on the defensive side of the ball. But